Hi everyone, my name is Bruno Coelho and I'm back with another direct marketing review of the Eugene Schwartz $1 billion advertising. Hey, I'm excited to, review this copywriting genius with you guys because I want to give you the strategies, the persuasion tactics that Eugene used back in the day so you can try and implement on your business today, right? And see what kind of results you got from it. So this man was a genius back in the day. We were talking about the 90s, early 90s. And this, these ads that I'm showing you and reviewing with you for free, by the way, these ads generated billions, right? So billions of dollars were produced based on these ads. So maybe, just maybe, there's some gold in this. And my goal is to provide you with these strategies, these tools that this man developed, and so you can apply on your business. The only thing I'm asking, guys, come on, please, guys, write on the comments below the results that you got. So let's go and do this. Hey, are you guys excited? Man, I'm excited. The one thing I know, when I'm excited, I learn better. What about you? Write in the comments below. How do you learn better? So let's go, man. Let's go. Let's start with the headline. The headline, as you see, starts with a kind of like a pre-headline. It says, if you have the determination to follow this world-famous physician's final diet, then you can lose 20, 40, 60, 80, even 100 pounds fighting in the blue corner. Okay, this is not a UFC mixed martial arts match, but this is how it sounded in my mind. Call me crazy. Might be crazy. I'm just, throwing this information out there. Take it or leave it. And never gain an ounce of it back. All right, so what's the point of the headline, guys? Remember, the point of the headline is to catch people's attention. Hey, do I have your attention right now? Hey, you probably are listening to this video while doing all sorts of other things. Maybe you have the cell phone next to you, like texting and other stuff. And the headline is to say, hey, wake up! Time to wake up, man. Hey, I have the answer to your most painful problem. Wake up! Wake up! And smell the coffee. In this case, wake up and lose 20, 40, 60, 80. But before we get into that, beautiful high claim, big promise, let's take a look to the pre-headline, the phrase before the headline that really makes the headline work. So the first thing that Eugene wrote is, if you have the determination to follow. So what is he doing? Instead of trying to please everybody, like, hey, everybody, humankind, every human being on planet Earth, do you have money? Yes, then this product is for you, right? It's impossible to please and to be helpful to everybody. Would you guys agree? So you need to know, as an entrepreneur, your product is best for who? Who can you help the most? And everybody else, you need to say, hey guys, this thing is not for you. This is for these guys. And what you're doing is basically sounding and being perceived as a professional, because only professionals know exactly what they need to do in order to help this specific person solve this specific problem. Amateurs are just trying to desperately just grabbing into something. Hey man, I can do this and I can do that and I can, bring you a coffee if that works for you. So not in this case though. So if you have the determination to follow, the following thing will be true. It can be true. To follow this world famous physician's final diet. So now Eugene is trying to bring this social proof, like this guy is world famous. And who's world famous? People who know how to do something extraordinary, right? Then you can lose 20, 40, 60, 80, even 100 pounds. Now, what he's doing right now is stacking your beliefs. He's trying to get you to say yes to something that is in your reach, in your mind's reach. Like, hey, I can believe that. Yeah, that can be true. And once he makes you or helps you get that idea, yeah, that can be true for me. Yeah, I can lose 20 pounds. I think it's possible. Then why not 40? Like, it's just if you can lose 20, why not 20 more pounds? Like, it's 40. Now that you agreed on the 40, it's just a matter of, following that momentum and say, hey, and why not 60? Why not 80? Hey, maybe even 100 pounds. And then he delivers the punchline, which is to, increase the level of attractiveness. Okay, I hope that this is a word, please. Make this a word. So it makes this even more attractive to say, hey, never gain an ounce of it back. So it shows that Eugene knows the marketplace, the people who are struggling with losing weight. He knows that one of the major problems that these people face is that maybe they can lose 20, 40, 60 pounds, but they gain all that weight back. And it sucks because they end up feeling more frustrated, more like depressed. So it sucks. And remember, the people who are reading this ad back in the day, they had gone through that process of believing someone, hey, try my program. They tried, they lost some weight, but then they gained all that weight back and more. And then they believed another guy with a different exercise program, different diet, and the same thing happened again. And now it's this ad. Finally, the right solution. Let's just believe for a minute that this is the right solution for them. Finally, hey, they will be skeptical, right? Wouldn't you be? I mean, have you ever, experienced this kind of thing? Maybe not in the losing weight space, but maybe in the other kind of solutions or challenges. You believed someone, hey, buy this marketing course, it's gonna be great, you're gonna increase your revenue by 20, maybe 40, hey, maybe 100%, I don't know. All I know is that this marketing program works like magic. It runs on autopilot. You won't have to do nothing. I mean, this works like even if you have just 30 minutes per month. And it will blow up your bank account, and it works like magic. So just pay a simple $5,000 per month, and instantly your business will soar above your competition. And see their desperate faces as you go into new levels of amazingness. And then it doesn't work, right? So Eugene knows this. That's why he wrote this thing on the opening. It's called the opening. So he says, this is an entirely different kind of reducing ad. So the keyword here, did you notice what's the keyword? Keyword there is different. Because right now Eugene knows that people are skeptical, like, okay, here we go again, another program that promises me that I'm going to lose weight, and I already know this story, right? I'm gonna buy this, then I'm gonna follow the program, and then I will gain all my weight back. I've tried this and it's all the same. Now he knows that these people are having this conversation in their minds, and because he knows that they are saying, hey, this is all the same, the first thing he says is, hey, this is entirely different. For an entirely different kind of reducing book. So this is not your average book. How about that? It may be the last reducing book. Keyword there is last. He even wrote it in all caps. Because he knows that these people have bought, countless books on this subject. Because this subject is really hard. The solution, solving this problem, losing weight for some people, is a complete nightmare. So he's making a promise that, hey, this is going to be the last book. If you have what? The determination. The last reducing product the last reducing aid you will ever have to buy in your entire lifetime. If, there you go, big if, man. So if you have the determination to learn the truth about permanent reducing and stick to it. So just at a glance, you'll see the last reducing book, the last reducing product, the last reducing aid at last. Because he knows that this market is desperately looking for something, and when they see it, they will shout at last, finally, once they see the results, right? But they need, until they see the big results, like, losing 100 pounds, they need to see some progress. Tony Robbins says this all the time, progress equals happiness, right? So when progress equals happiness, people start to believe in what? That the product works, that they can do it, and that you, the person who's selling the product, is really amazing. Like, oh my God, this guy is like the best person ever. Because he was good enough for me, like he's my super friend, because he just gave me something that solved the problem that I was desperately looking to solve for years. So let's go back and see how this goes. So this advertisement pulls no punches. It offers you no impossible dreams. It simply gives you a set of facts about permanent reducing, about taking off weight and never putting it on again. That, though they are demanding, are also thrilling, that they may be hard to believe at first. Again, so I just love that, on every paragraph, Eugene reinforces the promise, addresses the person who's reading their skepticism. He knows that people are skeptical, and one of the biggest mistakes that people do these days, when they're trying to sell their product, is they try to forget that people are skeptical about what they are selling, and so they just try to pound them. Hey, listen, here's these features. The features of our product are this, and that, and here's the benefits, this, and that. And they don't even know that the person who is on the phone or on a meeting with them, they are not listening, man. Because you already lost them on the first phrase. Hey, this product enables you to lose 100 pounds. Yeah, right, of course. And then you just keep on talking, but then they start having that internal conversation with themselves, saying, hey, 100 pounds, this isn't impossible. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know my people. He doesn't know my context, blah, blah, blah. And you think, hey, the guy is buying this stuff because I'm telling this story, and he's not, complaining or sending some objections or complaints. Yeah, man, he's not telling you any complaints because he just lost you, man. He doesn't care because he thinks that you're just selling a dream. Not Eugene, though. So what Eugene does, as you see here, is say, hey, it offers you no impossible dreams. It's just a simple set of facts about taking off weight and never putting it on again. And he agrees that, hey, this may be hard to believe at first. So instead of, using that position of the all-knowing business person, marketing guru, consultant guru who says, hey, believe me, or you're dumb. Hey, buy this product, or if you don't agree that it, makes sense to buy this product, you're stupid. Huh. What's your complaint? What's your objection? Hey, you're just stupid, man. You don't believe this is true? Come on, man. You're stupid. Is this does this sound like an effective way to sell? Like to put your clients or to put your audience in a position that, hey, buy this or you're stupid? Or is it much more effective to say, hey, I agree that it may be hard to believe that this will work? Even better is if he writes, I don't know what he writes next, but saying something like, hey, I understand that this may be hard to believe. Hey, I didn't believe myself until I tried it. And once I tried it, I saw the results. And once I saw the results, I started talking with people, and other people were getting those same results. Hey, look at these testimonials. Oh my God, John from whatever just lost 80 pounds in 1 month. Oh, Jenny from whatever just lost 20 pounds in 1 week. Oh my God. I mean, I was shocked that this, worked. And maybe you may be shocked as well. But let's see how Eugene goes after this. So let's state the most vital fact over again right here. So he knows that people may be skimming through the document, reading in like a diagonal or something. So he just keeps on banging that first major promise, which was, if you follow this final diet, you can lose 20, 40, 60, 80, even 100 pounds and never gain an ounce of it back. We are going to repeat this statement of fact. This is not selling, this is a fact, over and over again throughout this advertisement, so you can never lose sight of it. Again, if you follow this final diet, you can lose, blah, blah, blah. This is the essential fact. Now let us go with the details. Okay, now that people may be, interested in this, now it's time to go to the details. So let's introduce this puzzling fact right at the beginning. What you're about to be given in this book is a strict and precise diet. So, again, two major keywords. It's a strict and precise diet. So this is not about, some story, some feel-good message, some motivational, you can do it, champ, go get them, tiger, yeah, you can do it. No, this is a strict and precise diet. This is not about, feeling good, and try to lose weight. No, this is a diet which carefully and scientifically controls every eating moment, but which has the surprising result of making many of your weight loss problems far less difficult than you ever dreamed they could be. So, again, the two follow-up keywords are carefully and scientifically, because it matters that this is backed up by science, because it helps the person believe, hey man, if this was backed up by science, then there's some validity to this thing, right? And he says, hey, this is a surprising result, because he knows that the person who's reading this may be, having a hard time believing that this can happen to them. So medically proven on thousands of patients, here we go, social proof, it can give you a new figure and a new life if you follow it so religiously that you even eat when it says to eat, even if you don't feel hungry. Love it. So here Eugene starts to talk about your new figure and a new life. This is called future pacing. So remember, for anyone to take action, for you to take action, think about yourself for a moment now. You need to make the decision that, hey, this place right here, right now, this is pain, man. This is nightmare. This is hell on earth. And I've made the decision to get the hell out of here. But to where? Where else? To this pleasurable, dream-like scenario. Okay, here I'm fat. Here I'm fit, super good looking. This is not just a new figure that I have. This is a new life for me. Other than this, where I feel frustrated, I feel ugly, I feel that nobody cares about me. I feel like, people don't like me because maybe I'm fat, maybe I have this issue, blah, blah, blah. And then they have this different story over here, which is, hey, if only I would be fit and healthy and with this beautiful figure and six-pack abs and all this crazy stuff. This is crazy for me because I can't believe right now how I can reach that destination, but hey, I want it, right? So for anyone to take action, they need to have a painful problem, a problem that they need to be desperately looking for a solution to get it solved now. But also they need to have a desirable goal, a destination that they wish they were there right now. So when you're selling someone who has a painful problem and you start to future pacing them on how it would feel like if they were already, with enjoying the benefits that your product will deliver, they will feel as though they already were there, right? And once they are in that place in their minds and they open up their eyes and they are in this state of the painful problem, right? The source, the starting point of their journey, they feel again, oh my God, I need to do something about this right now. So if you just have a plan that makes them go from where they are to where they want to be, and they believe the plan to be true, they believe that the plan makes sense, they believe that the plan can work for them, and they believe that they can follow the plan. And the fifth point is, and if they believe that you are the right person to help them, guide them on their journey, guess what happens? People take action. That's what happens. So let's see how Eugene goes on this beautiful ad, man. Super powerful ad. Here are a few examples of the pleasant surprises you will find throughout this book. And then Eugene starts to, list the wonderful things that you will be able to feel and do. Let's just, take one example. For example, if you're like most overweight people, you are simply going to have to eat more for breakfast, whether you want it or not. And this diet allows you over 30 different kinds of snacks, one between every meal and one every night before you go to bed. There is no longer any need to try to starve yourself into a weight loss, because when you follow this final diet, you can quite normally lose up to 100 pounds a year and never gain a single ounce of it back again. So Eugene is dropping the examples and reinforcing the message every single time. This is so important because you cannot do this enough, folks, because chances are that people are just gonna land at one paragraph because they're just, reading this ad kind of like in a diagonal, just skimming through, and they land on a paragraph like at random. So maybe they just go here. And very important, if you make a mistake one day, as this doctor knows you're going to make mistakes and overeat, just pause there for a moment. This is so important. This, knowing how your target market behaves and knowing what they feel guilty for doing something where they know they should not do, and you say, hey, look, I know that you sometimes do this and you know that you shouldn't, but here's the thing, even if you make that kind of mistake, and in this case you overeat, then he simply does not permit you to cut back on your food the next day to make up for it. This is the fatal mistake most dieters make that destroys their diet. Instead, he forces you to eat your full diet the next day and forgive yourself and go on losing weight. So the importance of, the reader feel like he's understood. Most people are in need for a solution to their problems, obviously, but they also want to feel like, first, I'm not alone, and second, someone understands me. This is the magical moment when someone is reading your ad, is watching your presentation, he's talking with you, or you are talking with them, trying to sell them on this product that you know for a fact that will help them. There's a magical moment. You may have heard of this before, like people buy from and refer business to those people they know, like, and trust. And how do you develop trust with someone that you may not know? Because that's what's happening here, right? You're just, skimming through your newspaper and then this ad appears out of nowhere. Who is this guy? I don't even know. Have you read the name of this doctor yet on this ad? No. So we are reading something about someone that we don't know. We don't know his name. We just know that this is supposedly a world famous physician, right? With a final diet or so. Then there's this box here about the author, Dr. Morton Glenn or whatever, but we haven't got to that yet. The point that I'm making is, A way for you, a quite effective way for you to build trust, is to connect with people in a way where your speech, your story makes them feel that they're not alone. So they're not stupid, they're not dumb, they're just normal. It's normal, okay? It's normal to struggle with losing weight. It's hard for some people, okay? And then I understand that you make mistakes. I understand that you tried other diets. I understand that they didn't work. I understand that you gain all your weight back. And once they start to realize, hey, this guy really understands me. Okay, he understands I already tried this and it didn't work and it's not my fault because he just told me, hey, most dieters don't know about this. And this is, a different, like keyword that we read before. It's a different. I've heard people sell webinars, and Frank Kern, he does this. Like he was promoting a webinar, and one of the first things that he was saying on his sales pitch was, "Hey, this is a different kind of webinar." Okay. Because he knows that people went to other webinars and maybe the experience was not so good. So he was very deliberate at the very beginning saying, hey, this is going to be different, guys. So, okay, let's go back to the ad and say, okay, let's check this sub-headline here. Is your weight unevenly distributed? Are you afraid that dieting will make your face look older? Do you habitually overeat at parties? Then here at last are medical solutions to each of these problems. Again, he repeats the promise. Now let's examine some of the quite remarkable side effects of this diet. Documented bonus benefits. And now let's go to here. Secondly, because this diet is not a crash diet, not a torture diet, it does not cause the aching of your face to collapse. So, very important and something that you guys need to do on your own marketing and sales pitches and copywriting marketing materials, which is to address the myths. So I don't care what you're selling, there's myths. Okay, you're selling a training program. Hey, there's myths. Oh, people are born a salesperson. So if you're trying to sell me training for people to become salespersons or better salesperson, it won't work. Okay. Oh, you're selling training for people to become better speakers. It won't work because guess what? I don't believe in it. Like I don't believe that it's possible. Okay, so there's myths, man, and the faster you break and destroy those myths with real science. Hey, sir, I completely understand that you might believe that. I mean, several people believe that until they see this new study that just came out. See, all these people were also skeptical that this training would work, but hey, by the way, these guys are your competition. So your competition already has this training program, and the results that they got were they increased by 20%. Oh, these other guys who are also competing in the same industry as you, these guys increased their performance by 30%. Now, if you believe that your team is better than them, hey, imagine how much better you can become. I mean, if the guys are dumb, the competition, right? The competition guys are dumb, right? So, and they increase the results. Wow, imagine what you could do. So it's about breaking the myths, right, guys? And that's super important. For instance, goal setting. Everybody on New Year's Eve, not everybody, but, a lot of people set some goals on New Year's Eve and then end up feeling frustrated because they lost sight of their goals and, things just collapsed for some reason. So if you're selling some kind of training program on goal setting, you will be faced with a lot of skepticism because people have tried this and they failed. And if you don't address this in the way that Eugene does here, you're going to lose them because they will start talking with themselves, and once they do this, they will stop listening or reading or watching you, right? So it's about engaging that internal conversation that these people are having with themselves and make them listen to you. So if you can predict and address a thought before it becomes a thought in their mind, it's kind of like your mind reading them. It's one of the most powerful experiences you can provide for someone. Hey, this guy was, he knew me so well that even before I was thinking about something, the guy was already addressing the thought that it just popped up on my mind. It's crazy. So what else does Eugene do? Many patients found this approach so effective that they lost twice as much weight as they had originally hoped to. Here's how they kept that weight off and why you can too. Like magical headline or sub-headline in this case. So here's what Eugene is doing is he is playing, now that he's like halfway gone through the ad. He's playing with your beliefs. Like by now, you will be more willing to accept that this might be, there's some value in this product somewhere. That he is having this conversation with a third person. He's bringing a third party in, saying, hey, many patients found this approach so effective that they lost twice as much weight as they had originally hoped to. So even if you hope to lose whatever the weight is, most people lost twice, which is amazing. And the proof, keyword here, the proof of this diet is, of course, in the results it produces for you. That is why we allow you to read it from cover to cover at our risk, and why you can try it for 30 full days thereafter without gambling a penny. Now we're going into an interesting territory here. So let us make this perfectly clear. The first thing you do when you receive this book is write down the exact amount of weight you want to lose right inside it. This may be 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 40 pounds or more. It makes no difference. Then that same day you begin the diet, but with this thought. Get ready. And before we go through the first thought, let's just address the genius of this copywriting. So what Eugene is doing here is what some people refer to risk reversal. So he's putting all the risk on him. And who does this? Only the people who are 100% certain that they can produce a result for someone else, right? Otherwise, they would not make this major big claim. So if you're so certain, imagine you're a business consultant, and if you're so certain that you can increase someone else's business revenue by 20% or 30%, why are you asking them to pay you first so you can deliver the promise later? Why not deliver the results and get paid when those results are coming, and showing some progress along the way? So the reason why people are not doing this, because they know that maybe they're selling something that will not be useful for those guys in that business, in that specific context. They just want the money and say, hey, this product is valuable whether it works for you or not, because maybe you haven't put in the work, maybe you are not as dedicated as you should, maybe you don't do whatever it takes to make it work. Whatever. The product is the product and has a price. In this case, Eugene is following a different strategy. He's basically removing all excuses that you could use to say, hey, this is not for me. And money is usually one of them, right? Oh, I don't have the money. Oh my God. I mean, I wish I could, but it's just too expensive, or it's just too whatever. I mean, Eugene is saying, hey, you don't need to put any money up front. All right. So it's all on me. You will get the book, right? That's the point. Let's make it perfectly clear. First thing you do when you receive is writing down. So he's already saying, hey man, here's what's going to happen. Future pacing. You will write down the exact amount of weight you want to lose. It makes a difference. You start with this thought. Every one of the thousands of successful patients who have traveled this road before you have written down the figure that they wanted to lose. But once they got started, once they learned these new eating habits, many of them simply went far beyond the weight loss figure they had first thought would be perfection for them. And see how easy it would be to change weight loss for increasing business revenue or sales. Imagine that I'm selling you a super magical way, a specific program that if you follow it, you would increase your sales by 30% in 3 months. I'm just making this up, but in this case, you would say, or even better, you would do like, you would receive the book with the program, you will write inside how much money or improvement you will wish you would got. Then the copy would be basically the same. But once they got started, once they learned these new selling habits, many of them simply went far beyond the sales figures they had first thought would be perfection for them. I mean, this works for any market. Just change weight loss with the thing that you want to sell them on. And then he goes and does an example, and then he provides a reason why. Why did these patients decide to lose more? For the very same reason that they did not put this weight back on again. Because, you see, what Eugene is doing, he's providing you with a reason. The word because is very powerful, because it connects two different thoughts. Hey, why this is happening? Hey, because this. All right? And instead of living in their minds, on the minds of the reader to connect the dots, he's saying, hey, this happens because of this. He's really suggesting, right? Because maybe maybe he's not providing actual evidences here on this ad, but he's just suggesting, hey, because by following this diet precisely, these men and women learn new eating habits. There you go. Very simple. There's a reason. And then let's go and close. So this was by no means easy. Again, not sounding too salesy, not sounding like he's selling the dream. What Eugene is doing is selling the facts, the real. People connect with real, with authentic messages, things that they can believe in, folks. But they didn't, and you can do it too. Okay. Very important suggestion. Suggesting that they can do it is basically planting this idea in their minds that it can be possible for them. Because if they don't buy this idea that yes, this might work for others, but for me, I'm just a desperate case, it won't be possible for me. But that's not what Eugene is doing. Eugene say, hey, if they can do it, you can do it. See, just a very simple idea. Hey, if they can do it, why can't you? And once you have done it, it will be practically impossible for you to eat in the same old fat-causing way that you are eating today. Future pacing and providing you with a reason why you will not get your weight back. So once you follow this final diet, notice how he's making a command now. Once you follow this final diet precisely, once you put yourself on the road to making these scientific new eating habits your guides to health and beauty, then you can lose. See what he does now? He's commanding you. Put yourself on the road, make these new scientific new eating habits your guides, then you can lose exactly as much weight as you wish. Then he goes on to stacking. You can lose 20, 40, 60, 80, even 100 pounds and never gain an ounce of it back. Now he's done selling. Now he's on to the closing. See, most people are just selling, and never close. Like there's a time where you need to stop selling. People just, they understood. Okay, man. Okay. I understand. This product is amazing. Now it's time to close. It's time to call for action. It's time to say, hey, man, let's do it. Sign here and here, right? And that's what Eugene is doing. Prove it yourself entirely at our risk. The choice is now yours. The choice is now yours. You have been on fat diets, easy diets, miracle diets. You have lost some weight. You have gained it right back again. He knows this, right? Now, do you want to lose it for good? There is no wardrobe in the world you can buy that will make you look as attractive. There is no pill in the world that will give you as much renewed energy and vitality or add more healthy years to your life. The choice is yours. This is a book for people who mean business. If you really mean business, cut out the coupon and send it in at our risk today. So, scrolling back, here's the coupon. Gentlemen, so an interesting thing about this coupon is that, hey, I'm back, is that it's written in the first person. So when you read it, it feels like it's your own thoughts, when in reality it's not. But it sounds like, hey, without obligation, please rush me the amazing new book, How to Get Thinner Once and For All. I'm enclosing only $5.98 complete. I understand this book is fully guaranteed. If this book does not do everything you say, if I'm not completely delighted within 30 days, I will return book for full money back at once. Interesting. So this is the first time in this look at how big this ad is, man. The only place where you see a dollar sign is here. Right? So a lot of selling for then just this moment where you finally got it. Okay, I need to actually pay for something. But of course that it's in the first 30 days, there's this guarantee, so I will not need to worry. Then a picture of someone with maybe the figure that I would want for myself. I mean, it's a woman, but about the author. Okay, so who is this guy? Dr. Glenn is the president of the American College of Nutrition. He has served as medical consultant, so it's basically social proof. So guys, let's take a step back and review what we've just covered. Oh, interesting. This we didn't cover, but it's some of the startling medical facts you will discover in this book. So the importance of stating facts is that it gives you a chance of destroying the myths that are holding people back, which, you know, whatever your industry, wherever the product that you're working in, there are myths and you need to destroy them, otherwise people won't buy it. Don't believe anything you'll say until you break those myths. So what makes this ad so effective is, first of all, the huge headline with the big huge claim, the fact that Eugene is not saying that, hey, this will work for everybody. No, in fact, it will work only for those who have the determination to follow this diet. Then you've learned about the stacking of the promises stacking. So stacking the promises, stacking on the ability of your target market to believe on what you're saying. And then not only understanding what they want, but also understanding what they don't want, which is in this case, gain back the weight. They just don't want it. Then you need to address immediately their skepticism, because the bigger the claim, the bigger their skepticism level. So one way that you can do this, like Eugene did, which is, hey, this is different, and it's going to be the last. It's different, so hey, you've never tried this, so you cannot say that you've tried it all. This is different, and by the way, I know that you're tired of trying things and it doesn't work. Hey, this is gonna be the last thing. If you have the determination to learn the truth, okay, you've been lied to. This is what he's implying. You've been lied to. So, and on, you'll see it over and over again. Eugene just repeats the promise, repeats the big claims, drops the facts, proves it by science, admits that it's hard to believe that this can be done, but then he offers proof, he offers examples. Other people just like you and me done it, and if they can do it, you can as well. Then he does the risk reversal at our risk. Let's make this perfectly clear. Here's what you're gonna do. He starts future pacing his audience, and then he says, hey man, this is your choice. If you really mean business, let's do this. And then he closes the ad. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. All right, you can watch other videos of the reviews that I've been doing on direct marketing. And above all else, I hope that you can take this information and apply it on your sales pages, sales letters, sales videos, cold calling scripts. I don't know, man, just use this and share on the comments below what were your results, what did you like about this review, what you wish you would see but you didn't see, I didn't cover. Tell me what you're looking for so I can help you guys better, and I'll see you on the next video. Appreciate you guys for being here. You guys are awesome. Bye bye.